Hello, every people! You gotta get your choppies in. I forgot to turn my phone off silent. That is how you know this is the most professional stream in the world! Done by professionals. Professionals plural. Not just me. For all you know, just off camera, there could be so many professionals. So many highly paid professionals. I guess the people who maintain Twitch count, I guess? Anyway, if you like, extremely professional stream setups, do remember to subscribe if you're watching this later on YouTube. That would make me happy. And happiness is good. I don't know. I don't think my marketing through. Alright, streaming FD on Twitch now. Come goggle at HOVERTANKS with us. And other fun things. It's already too warm in here. This summer sucks. For anyone who did not remember or did not know, I live in the southern hemisphere. It is summer down here, technically, except it keeps bloody raining and getting cold. And then it stops being rainy and cold and starts being just really warm again. It's like, ugh. It's very Katy Perry down here. Very hot and cold. Who's Jet? Hello. Hello, John McFest. Sub to PewDieWise. Hello, 19 LG99. And hello, Orange. Good to see you all here. We're going to go look at things. It just occurred to me that when Platono is finally finished, it's gonna feel very, very strange, because it's been, like, taking such a bloody long time. It's been below freezing here for the last 5 days or so. Well, I think, if nothing else, you can... We all have good reasons to complain about the weather. Did I blue sky? I literally just did it. I think I did it on autopilot so hard that, like... I didn't open it. How shocking. To be perfectly honest, I don't actually know if people who are on Twitter, X, Twix, or on Blue Sky actually, like, you know, find streams or videos through them. Like, I don't know. So if anyone watching this does, in fact, like the little posty remindy things over there, do let me know, because if not, well, then it'll be good to know. You can always put on more clothes, you can't always take more off. That is true. Humidity is my enemy. Humidity is my enemy. Let's see then. Whee! Alright, let's just go here and hop over to general. I'm going to go over here. Alright, there we go. That's probably enough delicious spam all over the place. And we do need to link here. Platono Hub. Ah, yes. Oh, wow. Got some snow followed by freezing rain over the weekend. I'll take cold over heat every day. Okay, clothes. Getting my car out of its parking spot yesterday was an experience. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think I've ever driven on ice in my life. I don't particularly want to. I hate driving enough as it is. What was I doing? Alright, Platono Hub. And now what we need to do is check the workshop to see if new things have been added. I hope people aren't too annoyed by the fact that that is how I find new stuff for this, but it's the most convenient. Damn, the workshop is currently getting choked with work-in-progress stuff. Alright, so, and interesting. Ooh, alright, noted. The river rat has done a thing. Alright, so Hawa and Bit Azwa. We're good, so Wowel, and there it is. God cover. I just realized I didn't have real breakfast. Oh no. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. I just forgot. Oh dear. You know, what would be really cool is if is if I remember to do things like that. Oh, gods. Oh, no. Stone light. There we go. And, right, let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da, alright. Do not take the... Alright, so here's the thing. We've got one vehicle to look at, which is a hydrofoil that spawns a nuke. So what was all, like... I really wish people would look at the damn spreadsheet. I really wish they would, because, like, we're good for hydrofoils. We really are. I'm tempted not even to look at this. Jeez. Okay, trust myself, not so much other drivers. Hello, Tungsten Cube. When they plowed the parking lot, they very helpfully shoved the snow into a bit of a barrier behind the parked cars. Ooh. It's kind of like the challenge of driving in adverse weather, the problem being that I have to be around other drivers while they're trying to do. I trust myself, not so much other drivers. The Elch Monopole, really like that one. Remembering to eat is good, I forget sometimes too. Hyper-focus on the... Oops, it's been 12 hours since I ate. You know what? I'm gonna leave you lot with some main menu time, and I am literally going to go grab a fruit or two. I'm gonna grab, not one, two fruit, because I know myself. If I forget to eat breakfast, it's a bad time for everybody. But I will switch over to Plutono in the meantime. And then we get to see penis. Not that I want to see penis. Don't judge me. Alright then. So we get to hang out just for a little bit. And content we're going to download here before I forget. While it's in my brain, it's not in my brain. We will have a look at it, and then the river rat will unfortunately have to be turned down because we're good for hydrofoils. We don't currently seem to have any broken ones. Let's see, refresh. Refresh. Download is, let's say blueprint did this, and there we go. I must go find fruit. Two fruit! In fact, I'm not going to do an ad break, but I am going to enjoy this main menu for a second. See if you can name every single craft while I go get two fruit. Stick 'em up, partner. I forgot I turned the webcam off, so that joke was completely wasted. Alright, let's turn that again. Alright, so I'll replicate what I was gonna do. I'll be right back. Stick 'em up, partner. That's bad for my knees. Ketrodon is a weird state. That actually has a... Go for your banana. It's important. Okay. Oh. Nice one, Eliaval. Just copying the sheet. Alright, banana. How fast can I eat banana? Multiple bananas need to happen. Alright. While I'm chewing banana, let us go in here. We will at least look at this, and then we will immediately reject it because there's no spot on the sheet for it. River Rat, I appreciate it, but let me see here. Yeah, this is literally just a nuke. Sorry, look, we're good for nukes for the Soul Republic. We really are good for nukes. Can this thing even spawn nukes repeatedly? As of right now. Hold on. Let's spawn in, just something like that. But now you can do 80 now without and still be able to use your brain. Not me! I can't use my brain. Oh. Yeah, this is literally just a nuke spawning hydrofall, that's all it is. That's not interesting, even. Yep. Nope. So, River Rat, I apologize, but, like, if you want to get stuff into, like, the campaign, you really gotta go for a blank spot on the spreadsheet. Because if you don't, then I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna take it. There's no room to put it. Also, a nuke spawning hydrofoil is like, we're good for hydrofoils. He's not gonna spawn the nukes probably. Hello, Toilet Cleaner 3000. Wow, it's moving like my hydrofoils do. Cost-wise, there's too many repair to go. Oh, right! It's a rule breaker, yes. I forgot. Ah, damn it. Well, we've deleted it, so anyway. It is time to do the thing. It is time to do the thing. Wow, that banana is already making me feel so much better. More banana. Oh, wow. Okay then. It is time for hover tanks. Lots and lots of hover tanks. Right, are the trees gonna wig out? That is the question, isn't it? Alright then, so now, let's see, hopefully I have the updated. It's one thing, but it appears to only spawn nukes. No other weapons that I saw. Yeah, so that's kind of boring. Like, and also really easy to counter if you just have a decent laser. So, like, yeah, I'm not... Let's see. River Rat didn't even say what, like, difficulty this was supposed to be. So, no, like, no, that's not how it works. I'm not gonna delete something because someone else there. Hello, the River Rat. Bad news. Rejected. Whatchamacallit? I already forgot what it was called. That hydrofoil, there's no space for it on the spreadsheet. You gotta go for the spreadsheet if you want to submit things. Or, like, you gotta get in contact with, like, with one of the, with a builder of a design and see if they're okay with their thing being replaced, or find something broken. And there's not much broken. Nice timing. Yeah, that was a joke, Craftman. Okay, good. So no hard feelings? Alright, cool. Jokes! Alright, what was I doing? Oh gods, I need to eat bananas faster. I need to eat bananas faster! Eat banana, fast! I hurt myself. Hover tank time. No. First one is the hot frog. Also, huge apologies to anyone who does not like chewing sounds. Like, I also hate it, but also, I'm an idiot. And if I don't eat, I will die. Right, dot frog. Alright, this fella. Alright, what does this thing need? This needs a bit more greebling. How is it... Functionality, what? That's a lot of... This thing's RTG powered. Why is it RTG powered? Huh. Why? Oh, it has a wussy little railgun. That's why. I've made something serious for AO. Haven't posted it. Needs more deco. Needs greebling. Okay. Wait. No. Wait. What's no? Oh no! River Rat and everyone, check the spreadsheet. Like, it's like, it is, you can find on the Platono Hub, like, I can literally link it in here right now, so it's like, share, copy link, like, spreadsheet. Before you do anything, check the spreadsheet. Check the damn spreadsheet. I keep talking about the spreadsheet and people don't look at it. Anyway, this thing does need... What does this need? This needs more greebles, for sure. It is quite expensive for an easy design, so... I don't think I saw it on the sheet. It's, well, let me show you. It is an amphitasmal hover tank. There it is. Dot frog. There it is. And really, like, a good practice to do is on the spreadsheet. Like, if you think you have a name for your craft, just go Control F and go, like, I don't know, Dart Frog, and there you go there. Because I'm not expecting anyone to read this whole thing the entire way through. That's a lot. So, yeah. Alright. Let's see this functionality-wise. Let's just spawn on the fireweed over there. Do you zoom around and do what you're supposed to do? Alright, how are you for spin blockage? Absolutely fine for spin blockage, only have 2. And easy design is easy. What am I looking at here? Oh, bollocks. Oh, well, I'm glad I checked that. Sneaky, sneaky, hiding them in the turret like that. Alright, so the dart frog, immediately, we have le problem. And that, the thing is technically rule breaking. Thankfully, that's not hard to fix. So, let's go there. So, transparent clips need to be replaced. Needs more greebling. Let's go here, onto the other bit of the thing. We pretty much only need Stonelight stuff. For the most part, yeah, I think there's a few slots open for other stuff, but yeah, it is mostly Stonelight right now. Wow, that is nice block confetti. Okay. I actually have the spreadsheet open already. Nice. The drone also doesn't look very amphi-like, yeah. Also, I want to kill my neighbor right now because drilling at 20 in the afternoon is not okay. 20? 20 in the afternoon, 8 p.m.? Okay, okay, let's go here, and let's do all this, like, just like so, and this is the Dart Frog. Dart Frog. Dart Frog. Right. Dart Frog. Dart Frog, and Dart Frog. Anything else we can say about the Dart Frog? It is wigging out a little bit. I need to eat more banana. Oh. Okay then. The bananas are working. And the goal for this stream is get through the damn hover tanks. Hover tanks, there we go. Like into the apartment wall, into my room. Can you make a complaint? Because that's like bad. And also, let's see, what is this? The fireweed is getting absolutely mauled, as you would expect. Yeah, that's basically it really for this thing, because it's an easy design. It doesn't need to be magnificent. And where is... Wait, where the friggin... Hang on a minute, did the drone just die? The drone needs to be recolored, actually, I think. If it's made more green. Alright, so if we do this, remove all this, repaint drone. I'm gonna add a little note here, repaint drone in amphi colors. Repaint drone in fleet colors. White is jarring visually. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that's the Dart Frog. I mean, I could. It's not allowed until after 18. Okay, got it. Steps are clear. Disintegrate your neighbor. Well, step. Could do. Okay, right. So, we've done that. Dart Frog. Check, check, check. Dart Frog. Next is the Basilisk, which I'm not sure is spelt right on the spreadsheet, but like... There's the Basilisk. I remember, this is, one of the more interesting designs, but yeah, this needs... What does this need? Maybe a little bit more greebles. How many decos does this have? And how does it have so many? Oh, that's why. Oh. I mean, a little bit more greebling on the hull, but apart from that, it's probably okay. Let's spawn this in against actual amphitasmas. Let's go with... It also... Oh, yeah, no, it flies really low. I'm gonna make a little note here. This flies... Let's see how it does over land. Is it gonna die horribly? It appears to be doing okay. What is this main gun loaded with again? It has a railgun. This is a fun little fella. Where'd he go? This guy needs greebling, that's for sure. Alright then, this is also pushing the definition of what a hover tank is. I mean, it technically is, I guess. These things are really vague. Anyway, so we're just gonna make a note for more greebles. Just to make them more visually interesting. More greebling. More greebling needed. I'm just gonna go here. More greebling on hull needed because the rotors are fine. And let's go here. Basilisk. More greebling on hull needed. And that's it. Wait, no, that's wrong column. Blah. Okay, there we go. Basilisk. Approved. More banana. I don't think I know bread, but I think bread uses conditions. Yeah. Alright, let's read chat for a little bit while I summon the next thing. Alright, so Tufted Goose is the next one. Where's the Tufted Goose? I remember this. Ah, here we go. I remember this. Well, you don't need to do anything. I believe this is a... Yeah, this is shown in, like, this looks like Orange's deco work, so... I think visually, this doesn't really need any change. Let's read chat, though. Do you like the underslung ducted fans? More tank hunter style? Yeah. Quadcopter is so cool. Derpy Flamer. I really want to know what the hell kind of bread they have on it to make it look like that. Just rename my distraction vehicle. Nice one, River Rat. Totally hover tank. Don't think I know bread. Which one I wasn't watching? I think it was called the Basilisk. Decoed basically all of Sean's episodes. The Basilisk was had a big APS gun. I think it was the... What was it? The Spherodactylus. Alright, so let's... this thing is 500k worth of yummy yummy. Let's just throw it against the Jaguar just to make sure it's all functional. And checking what this is. This is a Sandblaster. And the Jaguar probably isn't going to win this one because, I don't know, it struggles with like big armored targets, and this is a frontsider. Although if I do recall... Nope, I'm thinking of something else. Actually, wow, that is like, the Jaguar does... The Jaguar is just scary, man. I'm so scared of this thing. And not just because it hard counters my usual shenanigans. Let's double check here. Yeah, the Tufted Goose and Jaguar are both like... Also, yeah, the Jaguar... it doesn't really need anything. Yep, nope, doesn't really need anything at all. Yep, nope, this is... Oops. Oh, did you hit the ground? No, you didn't. Jolly good. Yep, nope, I can't think of anything for this, so, yeah, Tufted Goose has already been prettified, so... And while I'm at it, the Jaguar I don't think needs anything changed either. Let's see, what do we need to change here? Not really anything. Yeah, nope, we're good. Jaguar and Tufted Goose. And next is the Ocelot. Okay, might mean the Nightjar. Orange, I might have a job for you. Okay, let's see. He has a very unique shape and stuff for them. Hello to us. Hello, Swanker's Cross. Just send me the crop blueprint file on Discord. I was thinking you might mean the Nightjar because that's a quarter comfort that looks pretty funky. It needs a lot of work. Chonk Tank. Hello, can't stay because late, but happy hovering. Thank you, driver. Nice of you to drop by. I've eaten sufficient banana. Who left these banana skins all over the place? Shockingly rude. Alright, Ocelot. Ocelot, which is basically the little brother of the Jaguar, mostly. Alright, visually, nah, this is actually good color contrast, like breaking up of the flatness. Are you breaking up the flatness? I hope so. And I believe this thing is, again, it's a terror to aircraft, so... Throw it against the cardboard. It goes pew pew pew. Oh boy. Alright, this is our cardboard. Just going to mentally note. This needs greebling. This needs greebling. I believe, what is this? The Carbonemus. The Carbonemus. This is an anti-tank thing. Yep, that is a missile hover tank. I'm just going to preemptively say this needs greebling. Thank goodness Amphitasma is just like, mostly it's just needs more greebling. Needs more greebling. And that's it, really. Okay then. Also got to not jump ahead too far. Otherwise I'm going to confuse myself. And you know what I'm like when I'm confused? I'm confused. And that's terrible. What is this thing called? I've just realized that if you, like, combat test things against each other, it speeds up the inspection considerably. And needs more greebling. Who made this? Shell Games made this. Check and do craft once by having them fight. Points for efficiency. On the Tufted Goose being subpar but not shell match. Yeah, I do seem to recall that. Is the Tufted Goose and the Eurypterid, I believe. Both of those things are by... Sean made both of those, and the front armor is not great. Which is fine, honestly, because not everything needs to be a bloody cheese wedge. Oh no! She dodged the missile. Alright, next. Next. What is next? What is next? Ocelot, no change needed at all. And next is the Jaguar, we've already seen, and the Nightjar. Nightjar. Oh yeah, this funky fella. Yeah, I don't think this thing needs, like, any change whatsoever. This one, hover tank, but empty... Okay, no. We need more shaping here. This is very blocky. Yeah, very blocky. Very blocky. Don't like. Alright, so yeah, just going to... Let's see there. Nightjar. Just gonna orange that. And say, yeah, needs more... Needs more, like, yeah, needs more shaping. More hull and turret shaping is quite blocky. What difficulty is the Nightjar? Literally, it's a medium design, but it's basically just got that gun on it. Wait, this is a laser thing, I just remembered. Oh, hooray, I get to roast the Salamandra a little bit. Sure tends to under armor things, but I argue with over armor, so I may be biased. Well, there's pros and cons. Like, less armor means the thing is lighter and cheaper, which means the AI will actually make more of it. Especially after the region visual glow up, I remember looking rather rough before. You can get away with being under armored as long as you don't instantly die when penned, but unfortunately the tufted goose does. Oh dear! Should we add a note there? Alright, so I also want to just see here. Let's how expensive are you? Let's spawn in the Ossel, just for giggles. Yeah, so this thing is just a pure lasery thing. It's mainly just a fly swatter. How's its stability? Its stability is actually decent. Very strafey fellow, look at you. Needs to be strafey though. Yeah, the Ocelot's probably going to win this one because it has weapons that actually do okay. I don't know what's wrong with my graphics, that the trees wig out. It's sad. Alright, so... Oh, that's another thing. The laser needs to change to be green. So, what was this? Nightjar. Nightjar. That should be green or fleet colored. Alright, so go here. Hang on, Basilisk. Nightjar. Nightjar. There we go. And I believe it's just things like that, so... Nightjar. Functionality-wise, this is fine for like a medium laser thingy. Bomber generally means more consistency in my experience, yeah. I just got a notification that Bodan is streaming. I better hop over. Oh, nice! Decent, he says, as it drops to 10%. Wait, what? Wait, what's decent again? More stable than border-wise. Hey! Hey! I am perfectly sound of mind, and that's why I just ate 2 bananas in a row. Okay, then. Alright then, bananas are doing excellent work. I might need a 3rd banana. I'm a hungry, hungry boy when I get hungry, I have to say. I think I need protein. Protein! I am pro-teenagers existing. Wait, I skipped over the... No, I didn't skip over. Alright, so... Nightjar. Wait a minute. Laser's been turned off. Yep, laser has been turned off. Oh dear. Well, that's what you get if you over-rely on laser. Alright then. Enough of this madness. Enough of this silliness. We must move on to different silliness. Alright, so Nightjar, Salamandra. Okay, I have notes for myself here. Salamandra McBread. Alright, so first things first. I could literally change this right now. The problem is that this thing is horribly unstable, and the laser system I don't think is very good. I might have gotten better at lasers since I started this. You know what? I might do something like... We might make this a burst laser. It might be better for it. Output regulator. So, and if we do that, and hopefully that'll just do the trick. Except it doesn't do enough damage for that. Ooh. 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 Laser definitely... Maybe I shouldn't do this now, but yeah, the laser really does need to be redone a bit. Did it get heat pen for the top or something? Probably. McBread sounds like a rather disappointing fast food menu item. The lift jets on this thing take up a lot more room than they need to, since there's a bunch of very short CJEs. Yes! That is a problem. That is a problem. It is a solid wall of short CJEs that is very inefficient. Yeah, I'm not going to work on this now, because this thing actually needs, like, a lot of TLC. Visually, I think it's fine. It's not, like, you know, it's not going to blow anyone's socks off. But yeah, like, it does need an overhaul of, like, how its, like, upward propulsion works. So if anyone wants to have a go at this, because I struggled with this the first time. Leave it for now. Yeah. Not a simple enough fix, just do it and move on. Yeah, no. Also, we need to extend the laser... We need to extend the laser barrels and all that stuff. Alright, so... Lots of notes on the Salamandra, unfortunately. And, oh, there's already a note here. So needs current target multiplier on target prio. Needs overhaul of laser and lifting CJEs. Longer laser barrels, better stability while still being evasive. Because that's one of the biggest problems with this thing, is because it, like, when it fights, and for anyone who doesn't remember this thing, we should probably, well, spawn another Salamandra, why not? The problem is that the evasiveness means that, like, it misses a hell of a lot, and I think maybe making that a Bernie laser might be a good idea. Also, I've never had a mirror match with this thing before. That's hilarious. It is cool looking, but yeah. Alright, Salamandra, How do you spell lifting? Lifting... Salamandra needs Yeah, and I believe the frontal armor on this thing is not great either. Let's see, what's here? Ah, yes! These aren't actually very good. Yeah, frontal armor needs tweaking as well. If it's supposed to be a hard, it needs to be like... Frontal... armor needs redoing. Yeah, lots of notes for me. Lots of notes for me. What the absolute... Huh. Why are there surge protectors here? Oh, wow. I screwed the pooch joint. Wow. That's a mistake I just missed completely. How embarrassing. This isn't backed or anything? Like, wait a minute. That wasn't weird because of damage, right? Yeah, that was weird because of... What the hell? Right, I'm not going to touch this for now because I think it might be cursed. It's looking at me. Alright then. Salamandra, Salamandra. And I will never forget the fact that I think I was working on this thing while I was still playing through The Witcher 1. So Salamandra was a word that was stuck in my head. Weirdly enough. Alright, Salamandra. Also, I would recommend everyone play The Witcher 1, except don't play The Witcher 1, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, however bad you think it is, I assure you it is worse. Alright, so if we go here and here. Alright, so Salamandra needs basically a lot of work. Basically, could someone rebuild this? I'm only half joking. This was built on stream. The stability is actually okay here, but that's because it's fighting itself. Yep. The orange accents are cool too. No bias. Uploaded the craft on the Discord. Nice. Remember to put on Steam so I actually ever get to see it. Simple enough. Forgot my mirror mode. Common problem. Insulated surge protectors. Was this built on stream? Yep. Weird things happen. Which one? The Witcher one. When did I build this? This was a while ago. It was actually back before I was putting those Witcher VODs on their own channel and just choking my second channel with, like, stream VODs that, like, yeah. Yeah, no, you know, in hindsight, I suck at online content creation. Alright, Salamandra, cursed thing, cursed, moving on. The Conidae, I don't think this thing is just generally terrifying and doesn't really need anything in the way of... Yeah, nope, this is a menace to society. And yeah, nope, doesn't really need anything. That is a very well decorated main laser gun thing. I forgot this thing has missiles as well. Hold on a second. point at and maintain distance. Let's see. Let's see. Can the thing... Wait a minute. Ah, I think I've got an outdated version. Because the one on the spawn menu is more expensive. Ah yes, this one has a green laser, I think. This is version... The whole multiple channel meta on YouTube thing is dominated. Not that engaging it is, rather the fact that it's actually optimal. Yes, it's the kind of thing where YouTube channels, like, have to be incredibly specialized. Like, even to the point of, like, if you have a gaming channel, it's sometimes, well, as you know, main channel is from the depths and nothing but from the depths, because that is not, that's what the audience wants, but that's also what the algorithm wants, and it feeds back into itself, so... These days, you cannot have a variety channel, it just does not work. Comes from torpedoes, we spell it, the custom sound and laser fire. Yeah, no, like, who made this? Death Pancake cooked really well on this. And this thing is terrifying. This thing basically is a middle finger to frontsiders, and it's very nice. Which one? The Witcher. Oh, I just got that joke. Alright, well, the corner day I don't think needs any change whatsoever, and I think... Yeah, like, I think I have a slightly out-of-date one. I believe the one that's in the spawn menu might be more up-to-date than the one I've got here in my little folder. Death Pancakes, with help from me on internals and Orange and Decker. Nice. I'm gonna go now and try my hardest to get my little nuke into Platono. Don't force it. I hope you're, like, mostly joking, because, like, it's actually... a real headache when people try and, like, push really hard to get their little thing into Platono when there's not a slot for it. It makes me sad. It makes me so sad. Have you ever seen a laser tank do a handstand? You are now! Any factions lacking in nukes? No! They've all got too many. The thing about the Conaday is that I always forget how bloody big this thing is. We have a real need to cut them down. Yeah, we actually need less nukes and standardized nukes rather than more nukes. Oh boy. As soon as I actually decoed parts of the Conaday, I was busy with the amphi-airfield at the time. Ooh! You could never have too many nukes. U.S. Strategic Command, circa 1960. Yeah, it's, just don't mind. Yeah, just, never too many nukes. And then they accidentally lost a few of them in the dumbest ways possible. Right. What happened? So the Conaday, fine. Archerfish, which already has a note saying it needs more material storage, so... Archer... Fish, let's go here. This is... Oh no, this is another stupid thing that I made. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, well visually this thing's fine. Yeah, this is a lot of wasted space, isn't it? And nice, big, vulnerable custom jets. I like the premise of this, but... yeah... Ooh... And this is supposed to be a medium, I guess, so it doesn't need to be flawless. Ugh. Did ship start? Wait, is this the dump back? The long C2Es, border west when he sends was look away, look away. I mean, it is like that. It's just like when you come back to one of your builds you made a long time ago, you look at it and you say, like, who made this garbage? And you're like, oh no, I know exactly who made this garbage. It was me! Yeah, this thing is horribly underpowered against, like, most things. Yeah, no, it's just like, got terrible armor, got like, terrible firepower, is a medium design. To be fair. Also, there's something really funny about a tank dogfighting with planes, so I don't think this really needs much. It's going up against a godly right now, so I'm not expecting it to win. But yeah, this could be optimized better. I'm just gonna leave a general note for like better optimization. If nothing else, we need to make this thing cheaper. A lot cheaper. Because 500k for a medium design, I don't think the AI will ever bloody make that. Contrasted by more of the very short ones of a lift. The overall shape is also a bit, the CJ ink rivals the Permian. I think this is probably okay for medium, less functionality. Just gonna make a jet for a carry or something, make them melee packs. We need more melee pack representation in Plutona. Like, alright, well, don't let me stop you. I am just gonna make a little note on this just for better optimization. Because, like, it is needs more material storage, needs optimization. Overall needs more optimization overall. Yeah. Premise is flawed. I think I have an idea for this guy. I have ideas. We could just remove all the heavy armor to make it a lot cheaper, but me. Alright, let's, where were we? Alright, so we got here the archer fish. Like, so long as it doesn't actually change that much in function, it mostly needs to be cheaper. Cheaper. There we go. Because, quite frankly, this thing is too expensive for what it does. Hola! Hello, Azusa! I mean, we have the Temple of Anubis for melee pack, which is a more melee pack than a lot of CCs. First protocol will be replaced with the short-lived CJs. Mine too. Where was I going? Where was I going? Where was I going? I was going home to eat bacon. I clicked on the wrong thing. Alright, so Archerfish, done. In more ways than one. Right, what next? Kingfisher. We are tearing through these hover tanks, I do have to say. So, Kingfisher. Oh, I love this thing. This is a... interesting. This one's fun. I don't think this really needs any change whatsoever. It's like... is that the cockpit? Why are there trusses in front of the cockpit? That seems weird. Alright, so let's just throw... let's throw this against the Salamander just for giggles. Right, I believe it goes... Kaflui. Shazumi. Where was this taking damage? Alright, Bodas, try not to compromise his builds by going for speed at all costs challenge. Impossible. You mean speed of building or speed of craft? Because both of those things are correct. Ah, boy. The square turret, well, lol. Yeah. 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 Zuzu, sad you went here to see Border stuff and a whole banana into his mouth. 2 whole bananas, thank you. I will not have my reputation impugned. I'm sure Zuzu's familiar with how it looks when someone stuffs a banana in their mouth. Of course, people eat bananas all the time. Most prototype-looking hover tank and Amphi, usually I have something else in my mouth. Yep, and Azusa has managed to upstage you on Horny without even trying. Salamander needs some AI tweaking so it doesn't fly 4k meters away. Yep, I know what you mean. Actually, 4k meters and 4 kilometers is the same thing. Does this really help you, border-wise? Help me what? 2 bananas? DP. Anyway, I don't think this thing really needs anything, really. It's like, it looks rugged enough, it's got bits and pieces on it. Yeah, no, this is fine. Kingfisher, don't think needs any change whatsoever. And, yep, Azusa is being bonked. Azusa, the bonk has happened. Alright, so now the Eurypterid. I'm gonna need to eat another banana. I am hungry for bananas. Bananas are amazing. Alright, so the Eurypterid looks freaking awesome. And we've actually seen this as part of the inspection before. It's just a groovy thing. Who made this? This is another collab effort. Sean, Orange. Yeah, the frontal armor is not great, especially on the sides here. Like, if you look in here, there's like, there are that's a lot of steam jets. Deacon's Christmas. What is going on here? What go on here? There's a lot of empty space. And metal ducts, which are decoed over. Intriguing. Yeah, this thing is rather squishy for a godly, honestly. What's this? Aha, that is... Alright, decoed. That flashy deco's on the inside. Why is this steam jets? Honestly, we could probably fill in this area here and stick more armor in here, because I seem to recall this thing has a problem with, like, getting crippled immediately. Alright, so let's throw this against itself and see where the problems lie. How many steam jets does it have? Oh, Sean has a real fondness for steam jets and ring shields. That makes things make sense. Don't eat too many bananas, you'll give yourself radiation poisoning. But I love it! Alright, and also empty space. Like most of Sean's builds, a bit of a glass cannon, but it has a good amount of cannon. How many steam jets does it have? We'll check in a second. Inspecting his builds while decoing was certainly a journey. I'm curious what percent of his cost is steam jet. It has an intentional weak spot, right? I don't know if it's intentional or not. Interesting. Let's see here. Steam jet. How many steam jet does it have? Steam jet. It has 90. It has 94 steam jets. That's a lot of steam jets. Let's go look at all the steam jets. Yeah, that is a lot of steam jet. Is this just so if the thing falls in water, it can keep moving? The good news is it fights itself really well. Other than steam jets don't know boilers well. 94k in steam jets, amazing. All kind of boilers. You know, people glow based on their temperature too if you heat them up enough. Yeah. Also, the radiators glow based on plasma tail. Ooh! That is pretty neat. Nice. And they don't even need breadboard to do it. I wonder whether Eurypterid will win or the Eurypterid... Yeah, like, place your bets now. Eurypterid or Eurypterid? It also, I believe... Yeah, the plasma cannon changes its behavior based on, like, things. The shotgun plasma is fun. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Eurypterid really needs any change. I will... Well, not really. It might need more frontal armor, but, like, and bit of, like, steam jets. Sean might be upsetty and spaghetti about that, but, you know. Alright, so. More frontal armor needed. And down a bit on steam jet spam. Because, like, steam jets are very hungry. Like, they're good, like, but there's, like, I don't know. This thing is, like, if this thing falls into the water, the fight is pretty much over. And so we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go... Wait a minute. Omni goes there. Right, Eurypterid goes... Whoop. Which Eurypterid is winning? Oh no! Enemy Eurypterid is winning. That's terrible. I'm so scared. Alright, Eurypterid. I am a gamer. I game the spreadsheet. I'm gaming it so hard. And yep, Eurypterid goes in the tweaky thing. Functionality. Wait a minute, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? There we go. Okay, spreadsheet is now more tidy than it needs to be. Is more tidier than it was. What does the material consumption look? Good question. Pretty standard for a godly, honestly. It is eating materials like crazy. Let's see. I mean, it's using about 2,400 material per minute for CJE. Let's see then. Oh, let's look at power consumption. I don't know. It is burning through it. 1,000. Hold on. Let's do 1,001. It's burning about like 300 materials per second. Faster than it is or faster? Also, a little something somewhere on the outside of this graft. Does it intentionally play this to just get the splitter shot off? Pretty sure the splitter got shot off. Oh, I was about to be impressed. But now I'm still impressed. Alright, Orange says that they hit something. Oh! Oh, you cheeky... Yeah, 300 materials per second is insane. Nice. Nice, holy god. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. Also, like... I'm impressed I found that so quickly. Alright, Eurypterid, we've made our little notes on it. We can move on. I'm definitely not distracted by the shiny. Alright, the monitor. Right, monitor, monitor, monitor. Where are we? I desire to be somewhere different. Alright, so monitor is... I believe I renamed this thing. I didn't make it. Yeah, Elival made this. Yep, this is a missile-y thing. Doesn't really need doesn't really need... The camo does wonderful work on this. Yep, nope, doesn't really need anything. Is a little bit... You know what this needs, actually? It needs a cockpit, or like, something. That's all I'm gonna mention on this, is just some kind of cockpit-y thing. To make it, like, kind of obvious where a pilot would sit if there was one. It doesn't have to be a real one. Needs cockpit at least visually. Yeah, that would frickin' do the trick. Alright, go forth and take on the Dart Frog, because that's funny. I think, did I pit this against the Dart Frog before? Also, I love that missile volley. And I think I know what happened to the little drone. Oh no! He's dead. Alright, monitor. The monitor! The monitor needs... Oi. Frickin' oi. What the hell? What the hell? I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I do not know what's happening. What a thrilling angle. Alright, so monitor needs cockpit. Even if only a visual. There we go. Monitor. Needs a cockpit. 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 I like the turtles being like 1 block tall. This little goober. I tried to mess with the variation to get a large missile. Maybe check the missile, see if proxy update could be applied. Sure. Let's have a look-see. Oh, definitely. Alright, so yeah. We could do that. We could do that. Uh-oh, do not run into the ground. That's bad. Alright, so needs cockpit, only visual one. Slide, deco. Work. And missiles could be... Missiles could be proxy. That would be good. That's all good in the neighborhood. And monitor. And over here. Where's the monitor? That is now orange. Orange features a lot in this campaign. In multiple senses. Oh boy, alright. Ah, we're at the hour mark. So we've already looked at the Carbonimus. Next to the Crawdad. We can look at the Crawdad. Let's look at the Crawdad. Let's look at Crawl's dad. Wah! Aha! This thing needs a little bit more zhuzh on the front. Yeah, nope, this needs deco. Needs deco, needs greebling. And... yeah, needs deco, needs greebling. Orange, we have a job for you. Keep in mind, it's an easy design. You can still handle those missiles easily. Yep. Right, so yeah, Crawdad. Let's see. Let's double check what the hell this even was. Crawdad is a missile-y thing, and I believe, yeah, it's got a bunch of large missiles on it. Let's have it fight itself, because that's funny. It goes pew, it has a lot of little missiles. Oh boy. Alright, so there's a note there. It needs to not dip its face in the water. Alright, there's already a note here about LWC, altitude restrictions for missiles. Yikes, that hurts. Needs to not rub its face in the water. Needs lots of deco and greebling. Rubber legs look funny. There we go. Orange. Orange is the color of the spreadsheet. Crawdad. Right. Crawdad. Ah, no! I lost my Crawdad. That's terrible. Crawdad, where are you? You went out to go get milk and never came back. No! Let's follow these missiles. To their death! Ooh! Hey, Crawdad versus Crawdad. The Crawdad won. Yeah, I think this is the only one I didn't deco. Orange, I don't know how you do all this. Orange, you glad Orange is here? I'm glad all of you are here. Deco the rubber to look like having swamp vines. That's a little bit too Hala, so no, they need to look like something else. I don't know. Even just tilting them a little bit could work. Maybe just like, I don't know, skids. Just to me, look more like the ground one. Oh. But playing way more FTD than I probably should. There's a lot of stuff I should do, but video games are more fun. Yeah, isn't that just the way? It is just the way. I could have learned another language by now. Instead, I've learned FTD. Such a wonderful skill. Funny. Command replacing with skids. Sing with skids. Okay, Alright, I'm off to go find another banana and have coffee. In the meantime, you lot have been so good, you deserve main menu time. The main menu! But sooner or later, it'll be a bit more inactive finals. All good. This is a golden opportunity for everyone to go get food. Right. I'm going to hit the add button. I'll be right back with you. Oh, Deco Boy Blue, quick shout out from... shout out. You've come just as we're having an ad break. Deco Boy Blue. Hooray! Right. This is a golden opportunity for everyone to go find the nearest banana and eat it. Alright, be right back with you.
Whee! I'm back and better than ever. Man, I hope that's the case. Okay, let's see here.
Right. Turn webcam back on. Ah! Right, place your bets. How long till the dick and ball shows up? Only built one serious vehicle for Paterno. Yep. Hello, Wildcard. I don't know how people find the time to do more. Unemployment. Probably by not having multiple CCs of their own. Well, maybe not by doing so many CCs at once. Okay, fair. I just wrapped up another WOA. I never forget what WOA stands for. I mean, I've only got like a half dozen so designs of my own, Paterno. I have like 25 or so. Most of them are rather small. Almighty, that was it. Two-Titan bird on. Yeah, no, there's. Did you tell the Almighty is a godly and was decently hard to build? Yep. There's another other builds I helped with in some regard, but that's harder to quantify. Crucian, Franz Magna, Firehawk, decoed some, just a few. Did deco the Franz too. Franz was a. Yep, the Franz was a real. I'm terribly sorry, I was distracted by a penis looking at me. Titanoboa makes a great test vehicle for WA terrain. WA's Winds of Asteria, that's the one. Yep. Behold, Dick, it has been deballed. It has been deballed. Penis destroyed. Not in the fun way either. Hey, that's the little fella that I made. Okay, then. Alright, let's carry on, damn it. Right, I have coffee. And I ate a third banana. I am now out of bananas, which is just as well, because they were starting to go off. Ayo, what? The penis destroyed. The fuck? The hell you mean fun way? Do I need to explain it? Like, not literal. Like, the fun way, by the way, is not literally destroyed. That's never fun. That requires a hospital. Yep, have you... Neko, it's not real. It's not real. The penis can't hurt you. It's not real. Oh, dear. Alright, what were we doing? This is a serious custom campaign building thingy. And we need to focus. That's why I called it a building thingy. Alright, centipede. It's not a human centipede, no one panic. Alright. Aha! Alright, the more legs. This one looks like it was orange decoed. Ah yes, it's got little grabby things. What was the lore for this? Did it have lore? Haven't seen that she uses teeth. No! It's not in the CC. Trust, it's not in the CC. That's fun. I don't even have the Unicode characters to convey my current emotion. I accidentally create something that's still bringing loss to everyone so months later. Yep, and that's the joy of joy. Why do they call it a building when it's already built? I don't know. I'm gonna go with... The chat just fills with wives again. Oh, this one is more cool than effective. Yeah, alright, let's double... What's the difficulty of this? Centipede is a medium design. It is quite cool from what I understand. It's a missile-y thing. Is it a missile-y thing? It is a missile-y thing. And it's another Sean Reed one. Let's throw it against the Tufted Goose, just for giggles. Oh, that's so cool. Aha! It also has a problem with bonking into the ground. Although, youch, that does hurt. Right, so just need to... Well, that's the reason for it to have legs, isn't it? So it doesn't bonk to the ground. So I'm gonna make a little notey on our centipede friend, is that it does bonk to the ground too much. Is pretty rubbered and not rubbered, rubbered and terrain proof, but still should not bonk into ground so much, because that's literally the first thing it did, was go bonk. And as expected, the Tufted Goose is managing to win. That makes sense. Alright. And now this thing's very on fire. What happened? What happened to you, my friend? You got set on fire. And apart from that, I think it's like it's exactly as good as it needs to be. It's also funny that this is cheaper than the Crawdad, I believe. Right, so... Centipede. And decoration-wise, it is Fandabby-Dozy. So we're just gonna go here. Centipede. The good news is that it's mostly decoration things. Did I remember to put things here? I completely forgot to bloody well put the Salamandra is just after the Nightjar. Hold on a minute. Hold on, I forgot to put the Salamandra somewhere on the spreadsheet. Salamandra and Archerfish. Yep, I completely bloody forgot. Salamandra, Archerfish. Eurypterid. Wow, I just completely forgot to do that, didn't I? Dear. Wait, Salamandra. Yeah, okay. Salamandra and Archerfish. This is annoying because it's going to be like out of order a bit. Alright, so... There we go. Remember to put my own garbage where in the must be fixed category. Has all its ammo exposed on the back, that makes sense. Missiles are just too good. Overall balance, what are people saying? Deliberate crit location, yup. I'll abuse the Crucian a bit. That's more a Sewol problem. Wait, what? Careful of missiles getting overused, more of a Sewol. Yes, ye gods, the Sewol Republic loves missiles. And also every plane. When we took a look at Barons of the North, about 40% of the vehicles had some offensive missile system, either primaries or secondaries. Overall, yeah, the Infantars was pretty okay. They've got a nice mix. Missiles are just too good. Well, it's not even that they're good, it's just that they're convenient and compact. Absolutely hard countered by diff flak and being faster than a snail. Yep. It is all damn missiles are good, but more importantly, they're, yep, tack onto a basic any build. Bread missiles was such a huge buff, they really needed to compensate in some way. Winds of Asteria is going to be so hella fun. I've heard there are planes that fire crams at you. I feel like a good amount of weapon balancing could be fixed by cranking up the baseline velocity of APS and cram. APS, perhaps. Cram, definitely. Plutonium could be improved by adding Anatis everywhere. We're not doing that! How dare you? How dare your face? How dare your body? How dare your wife? How dare your wife for enabling you? We'll slow down a little bit. Okay, so there's Dactylus, which we've actually seen a little bit. How do you spell that? Hold on. How do you spell this? Spherodactylus. It's actually not that... it's actually not that hard. Alright, so this definitely... Who made this? Eliaval made this. Alright, so this definitely needs... this... definitely needs a little bit. You know what I actually think would be a good idea is to move the flamer turret from the bottom onto the top to make it look more like a hover tank. Yeah, I think that's going to be what I'm not. And also just generally more decoration, more greebling. And let's see here, orange. Move turret from bottom to top. And more pretty deco greebling needed. And how do you... Oh lordy, how do you spell this thing? Spherodactylus. And I've forgotten what the Spherodactylus even is, so... Spherodactylus, 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 Spherodactylus. Whoa, that's too far, otherwise? What do you mean, lol? Leave my wife out of it. I feel like this flips over a lot. It's kind of weird how badly it flies compared to the real one. This might be one of those flips over and kills itself crossed. Hey, leave my wife out of it. You first. Oh. Be nice, people. Be nice. My wife is best wife. I'm not going to do a Borat impression. That is bad. Oh, dear. Oh, no! It also pitches up and down alarmingly, so I'm not sure. Hold on a second. Let's see here. What's your maneuver? 6 axes? Ew! Ew! Ew, that explains so much. Ew! Get that 6 axes out of here. Six axes and should be changed. And should be removed. We are figuring things out. Simple AI card, yep. I do want to say this thing was kind of made as a joke. 6X is goated. I don't know why you don't like it. Like, it's like hover movement, but worse. Just in general. Because most of the time it's hover, but jankier. Bread is better, but that's really it. I mean, that goes without saying. Oh, right. Good news. The Spherodact... Wait, what was this? The Gamorus, who was also made by Eliaval. Probably exact same notes are going to be needed for this. Alright, so Spherodactylus. Spherodactylus. Now I couldn't figure out how to say it, and now I can't stop. Help! Right, Spherodactylus needs a bit of TLC, because, as Elival points out, it was first submitted as a joke. Spherodactylus, careful about the jokes, people. You might just... Whoopsie daisy. Camera, small hovercraft. Aha! Exact same thing, except minus the turret thing. Go forth! Go forth, you little friend! Go forth, you little cheap fella! Alright, so we're gonna go here. Gonna go orange that up. Let me see, do you use 6-axis movement? Nope, you don't. Alright, camera. Cameras. Okay then, and Gamorus goes over here. Gamorus. Gamorus and Spherodactylus just sound kind of like either protagonists or villains in some kind of TV show. Gamorus. Gamorus! We must secure the magic MacGuffin. Don't you mean the magic muffin? No, the magic MacGuffin. It's different. But it's muffin-shaped, right? No. It is blueberry-flavored, but it is the MacGuffin, not the muffin. Horror was intended as a replacement for 6-axis. Yep. Look at this, small friend. And let's look at the gator mouth. Gator mouth. Gator mouth. Gator mouth is gator mouth. Is it mouth? Yes, it is. Is it also gator? Yes, it is. Look out. Here comes the gator mouth. And these goofy spin pop-up missile launchers. Yep. Honestly, couldn't tell you exactly what's going on with Hansi, but pretty much every vehicle I've ever seen use it had control issues that were solved by switching to hover. Yeah, no, 6-axis, infamously is bad. Alright then, Gamarus and the Polywog. Let's see. The gator, where's the gator mouth? The gator mouth is somewhere. It didn't get removed, did it? Oh, it did. Let's look at the gator mouth for a second. Yeah, it needs more greebling, perhaps, but we'll look at that in detail in a hot second. Let's look at the polywog. The goal for this stream, by the way, is get through all the hover tanks, which we've basically done. Wait a minute, what the? Oh, we're on to tank hunters now. All right. Also, I can get rid of that note there. Right. Let's go look at the polywog. Which is in a different section. Apparently. Where's the polywog? There it is. Oh, I remember this. This is Draloric. Hey, look at that! I forgot that non-hovery things existed. And, yeah, this is absolutely fine. It's got cogwheels on it, actually. Why does it have cogwheels? Why does it need cogwheels? Does this thing need any changes? Does it need any changes? Does it need any changes? Not really. Just fix it by throwing an integral on the pitch, lol. Catamount probably needs a non-cram weapon of some kind. Probably. Oh, for the Azipod. Right. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Alright, let's, how much is it? $38,000. $38,000. Let's throw this against... Oh, let's throw it against itself. Why not? Let's throw it against the Garriday. What is the Garriday? Ah, right! Onto the hovercraft section. Which doesn't look like it needs anything. Tank hunter hunts tanks. Very nice. Yeah, nope, that doesn't look like it needs anything, really. It's, what is it? Yeah, medium design, has big gun, shoots at things. Misses a lot, but it's okay. Then the Titanoboa. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I was dreading this. Okay, let's look at my horrible bastard stream child. It's a little thing with a big gun. Alright. Right, what kind of tanks is this thing hunting, by the way? Right, so... I think this thing just needs a complete rebuild, because I'm not happy with it. It's not godly enough, and it's just a big mess. It is just kind of a big mess. A lot of work put into it, but like, yeah, I'm not thrilled by it. Not thrilled at all. The longest and flattest boy. The icon of hubris. What would you do in the rebuild? For one thing, one of the main problems with the Titanoboa, and this is something that it's a mistake I see quite commonly in frontsiders, is that the weapons are, ironically enough, on the front, which means they're the first things to get shot at. So we would need to move the weapons like onto the side. I think maybe some kind of missile lobbing thing. I don't want to resort to nuclear weapons. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe just a giant-ass laser just on the back? Or something like that. That could work. Because lasers are really good at melting tanks. We could just, yeah, we could literally just, make a tall laser turret in the back there. And then just have something a little bit like the Conidae. Also, the shells are not great. Let's have a look at the shells again. Let's critique these shells. Let's see, what are they? They are... They don't seem like, they're fine for things which aren't railguns. Yeah, AP EMP is a bit of a meme shell. Probably shouldn't have done that. The problem is that their velocity and their AP is decent, but their actual chemical payload is pretty meh. So that's not great. Already has a laser in the back. That's what I'm saying, is we just go all in on that laser and forget about the APS. Cells shorter than 3 calibers long get a debuff? What are you talking about? I was thinking of the AP EMP. Shorter than 3 calibers. How does caliber work again? Also big plasma. Field work better than the HQ, but with non-front-sided weapons. Nah, the HQ is fine. Yeah. Shorter than 3-star gauge? What are you talking about? I don't know how gauge works. Alright, so... let's see. I am thinking that maybe, like, the smartest thing for this would be make, like, a doomsday laser in the back. 3 times gauge. MFASQ is pretty janky, if I recall. It doesn't need to be, like, non-janky. The Amphitasma HQ is just, like, it's a building. Pretty janky. 3 times diameter. Border-wise, I'm running out of ways to say how wide the barrel is. Oh... shorter than... okay, now I got you. Length of shell, width of barrel. Got it. Got it. The diameter, you actually did it, Drakefire. You said barrel width. Gauge width. I did it. I figured it out. With your expert telling. Yeah, the main problem with this thing really is just that the main weapon's in the front. So it just needs, like, main weapon overhaul, really. Maybe not a complete rebuild, because I do like... the mimetic potential of how long and flat this stupid thing is. Also, we put a lot of work into it. Alright, so Titanoboa is I'm gonna put here, main weapon needs to not be at the front. Overhaul needed. Now, if anyone wants to volunteer to do that, go for it. But if not, I will at some point be rebuilding this bloody thing live on stream. Because I don't want to do it in my spare time, frankly. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. We also need to... what else do we need to... at some point we did... yes! I do remember we de-sub-objectified this, which was very good. It was being objectified, and that was not cool, and so we un-objectified it. Because we're progressive or something. Titan... Boa... that is its main problem. Needs to not be at the front. It probably also needs to be more tanky in general. Let's see, what can we put over here? I do like the silhouette of this thing, but then again, you guys know me. I'm a sucker for anything vaguely canoe-shaped. And yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let's have a look here. I need to... Oi! Do as I command. Alright, so if we remove all that APS stuff, we can actually be quite good with a bunch of other stuff. Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking just to go all in on the laser and just maybe not a pierce laser, but certainly a burst laser. Something that'll melt the face off or something like that. I'm a fan of lasers these days, very much. 500 millimeters, the shell has to be at least 1,500 millimeters long. Not counting casings. Okay. Main weapon sticking out the front is one of the main problems with the anchor bolt. That's more auxiliary. Yeah, the anchor bolt is... it's a less of a noticeable problem with the anchor bolt because the anchor bolt's also evasive. It strafes, it moves up and down, and wiggles. The Titanoboa is a big lump that sits on the ground, so it's a lot easier to hit. Sunset, I'm not sure how much time I have for it. It's okay. It's an open offer. No one's obligated. Except me. Sub-objectified sounds even worse than being objectified. That frontal armor is such a mess of cross-hatching. You're welcome. Oh dear. Speaking of the armor of this thing relies on ducts too much, I believe. How are we doing for... yep. Right, so, yeah. Who had a go at this? I believe... I forget who had to go. I think Azusa actually just deductified all of this. Thank goodness, because the duct armor was not good. And also the problem is that a lot of armor just gets bypassed because stuff comes down at an angle. So yet more reason to not have the main weapons in the front. It's a little silly. Alright, so that's the Titanoboa. Did I put that where it's supposed to be? I did not. I need to put that there. If nothing else, my designs all need a lot of work. Alright, so that's that, and let's see, how much time do we have? Titanoboa is there. Gator Mouth. Let's have a look at the Gator Mouth and the Conroe Goliath, and that'll definitely be a thing. Gator Mouth, whoops, we need to go into HOVERTANKS. Gator Mouth. So this little friend just needs more of a paint job, honestly. Paint job, rubber terrain proofing, shaping, deco. Let's see here. And an auxiliary weapon. And better cramp. Ye gods. Ew. No. Umebis. Hypernova. Alright, so I have notes here. Alright, so Gator Mouth. Firstly, Cram Tetris needs improving. More greebles, decos, rubber, terrain, proofing, more hull, shaping, and auxiliary non-cram weapon. And that is enough homework for the Gator Mouth. Gator Mouth, Gator Mouth, Gator Mouth, Gator Mouth, Gator Mouth, unbrushed teeth, Gator Mouth, Gator Mouth. Right then. Cool, that was easy. Just need to look at it like so. Let's combat test this fella. Let's combat test against the Kermit just to see what happens. Whoa! Hey, thank you for following Probably Low. I hope your life is filled with not lows. This is such a fun little fella. Look at him. Look at him go. Maybe a small charge plasma or big diff rod slimmer. I love not brushing my teeth. I hate it, to be perfectly honest with you. I like a fresh mouth. He said while drinking coffee. What did I say about the Kermit again? Alright. I remember that. Yep, I remember that. I remember saying about the Kermit, this is our perfect son, and we shall not change him. Run, Kermit, run! Run! There's an alligator coming for you! I'm bad at remembering to brush my teeth, so I spent several $1,000s at the dentist in the last year. Don't be like me. Vroom, Kermit Fast. It also, John, remind me, you live in the United States, and especially if you live in the United States, it's really important to, like, vigorously brush your teeth, because compared to the rest of the developed world, there is a crap ton of sugar in everything. Like, from what I've heard, I haven't been there, which means that, like, your teeth are gonna rot, like, a lot quicker. Like, I always was a little bit confused about, like, hearing about Americans needing, like, you know, needing to get cavities filled in, needing to, like, you know, get dental work done, like, major dental work, and I'm like, does that happen more often there? And I think the answer is yes. Yes, it does, because there's more sugar in all the food. I do live in the US, yes, healthcare is so effed. Tons of sugar and everything. Kermit is in a little danger from that, very little danger from that cramp, which is a bit of an issue for a tank hunter. It's like, yeah, the Gator Mouth is like, stop moving! How can I tank bust you if you don't move? Actually, there could be a fun thing here. Is that the Gator Mouth, let's see its behavior. It gets to, you know what? For things smaller than it, it can get even closer, so I have an idea for that. Auxiliary non-cram weapon. Secondary behavior for Left caps lock on. Secondary behavior for smaller targets. Because this is the kind of thing I have on the Gremlin, the Ailstorm Gremlin. For if anyone watching doesn't know about that, that is a attack helicopter which I now use quite regularly in campaigns. And it's very simple. It has two behaviors for things fighting things smaller than it and things that are bigger than it. And it works really well because it means that, like, things smaller than it just gets up close and shoots them right in the face so it doesn't miss. And big stuff, it, like, stays back and doesn't get shot back, which is very handy, can recommend. And the Gator Mouth could do something similar because it should rush down and murder the Kermit, let's be honest here. Where did I put the Gator Mouth? I put it there. I don't know how to spell behavior, apparently. Alright. I already have a note. I already have a note on the Conroe Goliath. Which is an awesome name, by the way. I love it. Alright, so let's go here. Goliath. It is an AT hover tank, and this is by Draymond. Oh, this is bloody gorgeous. Alright. I think the notes I already have on this is all fine and good. Because what do we got here? This is actually a plasma cannon, not anything else. So, Conroe Goliath, maybe add sonar buoy. Right, I believe the sonar buoy thing was sonar buoy. The sonar buoy thing was mostly because this thing tries to shoot at things underwater and doesn't succeed. Let's shoot it at the Clarius. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about the bloody Clarius. The Clarius is our perfect child and will not be touched. Ever. And yeah, so the Conroe Goliath is like very much more like what a godly tank hunter would look like. Actually, I have an idea for a Titanoboa rebuild, which would be a nice holiday from Reason. Oh no! Now we don't even have a leg to stand on! You shouldn't touch any children even if they're not perfect. True, unless you have consent from the child and it's like your child. And the good way. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of asterisks here. True story, I took a ride in an ambulance in 2020 that was maybe 2 kilometers and would have cost me $1,200. Yeah, damn, like... United States, it's like... It sucks more being over there, but it sucks quite a bit to, like, be, like, far away and just knowing is like... I can't help you. I really can't. It really sucks. Damn. Costing $1 quadrillion. Made a smaller tank than the Kermit. Ooh, that'd be fun to see. To be fair, the Kermit's not a typical tank. Yeah, no, I made it go zoom, I think. You know it's after when people Uber to the hospital because they can't afford the ambulance. It's like, yeah, you hear stories, while we're talking about this Walker being mold, there's like, people like, people calling like a pizza place and like ordering 2 deliveries, one to their house and then one to the hospital, and then just hitching a ride with the delivery driver to the hospital because it's a lot cheaper than getting an ambulance. So it's like, when people have to do things like that, it's like, oy. And it would be funny, but it would be better if it was funny in hindsight. So I don't know. I don't know, man. If I knew how to fix it, I would already be over there doing it. I reckon replace the cram with as many barrels as 500mm diff, which is a lot. Yep, true story. Jeez, welcome to America, don't get sick. Shouldn't touch any children. The Goliath claps pretty hard for its cost. Yep. Toss the child. Yeet the baby. Yeet. I was in a car accident when I was younger. Now that's ended up tens of thousands of dollars of debt as a minor. Ugh. Not that really anything. Sweet. Watching Gorp stream, they use really small drive. Ooh, Gorp. Is that what we would call Gorlath? What the heck? Expensive healthcare. Whoop! Border wisdom. I'm gonna stretch anyway. Well, one border wisdom is... I don't know, everyone knows that, like, healthcare as a business is a bad idea. But I will share a bit of wisdom. What is it? What am I saying here? Alright, so, my girlfriend, Kelpie, as you know, well, as a lot of you know, some of you may not know, is a doctor. She works, she's currently junior hospital, like, working her way through the hospital sections, and a lot of people come in, particularly at her preferred hospital to work at, who live in desperate poverty. Yes, there is poverty in New Zealand. There is unfortunately quite a lot of it. And it's things like, you help them even if it's really obvious they're doing something illegal or immoral. Because if you don't do that, things get worse, not better. Like, there's no judgment. You help everyone. And so... that actually is, like... That weirdly enough reminds me of, like, apologies to everyone who just showed up for From the Depths, but, like, because real talk unfortunately filters in. It reminds me of how the contrast with how the United States first handled the AIDS epidemic in the 80s. It wasn't that. They moralized at the problem, and they, like, basically didn't, right, Conroe Goliath, that's what I did. Alright, so then Garriday, that's what we're looking at. They moralized at the problem saying, like, oh, it's a gay disease, we don't need to do anything. And then the result was, well, a lot more people, like, catching the HIV virus, developing full-blown AIDS, and a lot of suffering all around. Which I think remains a problem to this day. Like, I don't know, gotten better, but it, like... compare that to Australia's way of, like, way of handling that, which is like, okay, yes, it was still a very homophobic society, but the medical establishment was just like, yeah, no, like, you know, this is an issue. Yes, we don't like these people, we don't like how they live, but we're gonna help them anyway. And it worked. And long term, it worked a lot better. So the wisdom there, I guess, sorry for dragging it on, is just like, if someone needs help, it is genuinely better, like, regardless of, like, how they're in trouble, or, like, what life they're leading, or even whether they're a good person. On the whole, on the wider perspective and in the long run, it is better to help them than not help them. I guess that's a wisdom, I suppose. To make it cost $1,000... Alright, so let's talk about the Garriday. I don't think this needs any changing. I think it's great. Let's see. Yep, Eliaval made this. It is pretty and it is functional. Perhaps more shaping needed on the underside. Yes, more shaping needed on this. So yeah, apologies for the heaviness, but, like, you know, I was having a think about, actually, like, you always get people in the comments saying, like, oh, you shouldn't be political in your content. First thing is that, generally people say that when you express a view, political or not, that they disagree with. You don't catch people saying that when, you know, they agree with what's said. And secondly, like, politics kind of affects everything in people's lives and gets everywhere. So how can you not mention it occasionally? The trick is to be nice and attack the idea, not the person, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I'm just going to type here with the hover thing, more shaping on the underside. Needed. And that's it. Man, I distracted myself. I distracted myself something terrible. AT hovercraft. Garriday. Garriday. And Garriday. And Garriday. And Garriday. Whoopsie daisy. I cannot get my columns confused. Alright, let's look at chat for a little bit. Sucks big time. What is even the point of health insurance over there? Well, yeah. Make it cost $1,000 instead of $20K. Reagan ruined everything. Yep, he did. I like others who don't like how I did the main gun so bad. You mean aesthetics-wise or functionality-wise? Let's, actually, let's... Hello, sir. You are dead. Whoopsie doos. Ha! Wow! I didn't even know that was a thing. Whee! Alright, let's have a look see here. How does main gun do? Eh, that looks like a belt feeder. That indeed is a belt feeder. Alright. Humanity has the special ability to make me the sort of tired that sleep can't fix. Yeah, unfortunately, we are an exhausting species. Need to redo it. Okay, fair enough. Healthcare is a matter of social integrity and security. A sick and desperate populace is a weak populace in a weak society. Spawn settings might need a tweak. Wise words, border wise. Thank you. Doesn't need a flip. The point of health insurance is to extract as much money from you as possible. Yep, unfortunately, simply do not participate in society. Insurance makes their money by not providing you the service you pay for. Disappear into the forest and pick mushrooms for the rest of life. Make sure it's the edible ones. Although every mushroom is edible at least once, you want the ones which are edible more than once. Also, a lot of those people are bot accounts intended to dissuade people. Wait, what? Oh yeah, true. Yeah, a lot of them are just like, oh, you shouldn't be political, and meanwhile it's like a friggin' Russian robot. Basically the goal of insurance is to find that everything you actually need them for is not covered or out of network. Funk. The F menu is that? I don't know, let's look at it again. Profiler. Thread, main thread doing thread work, terrain pathfind. I think this is a lot of stuff. Wow. This is like a dev tool that just happens to be in the game. I can't think of any small craft ideas for Plutono. That's okay. Yeah, most of the small craft have already been built, so it's really... Unfortunately, it's the big ones that need to be built. What would you change? My brain. My brain! At that point, just scrap the system over and start from scratch. Wouldn't that be nice if only? I don't like it being belt-fed. There's a reason why when my main Luigi allegedly did that thing to Healthcare CEO, it was a real national moment of unity. Yeah, that was a moment of like, yeah, a lot of people are calling that guy a hero because, yeah, he assassinated a corrupt technocrat who basically makes money off letting people die. I wish I had joined Plutono early on since small crafts are so fun to build. Yeah, I know the feeling. Small ones in before they're taken. Alright, that happened. Can't make large craft. Luigi did nothing to that CEO. Well, let's not get into that too much, because if you really want to get at the truth, it's actually really, really hard work, and I don't feel like doing that live on Twitch stream. Suffice to say, there's a... actually, if someone redeems another Border Wisdom, I can use my history degree to illustrate a wisdom-y for you, if you want. I'm not just gonna say it, because, there's... Border sing. Look at my tank. It is a tank. Look at my tank. It is a nice tank. It is a tank. Look at my nice tank. Alright, so the wisdom in question is like, who was it? Somebody said, burn the system down, start over. Oh. Just scrap the system, start over from scratch. So about that, historically speaking, it's generally not a good idea to, like, destroy something and, like, rebuild it from scratch. Because time and time again, what tends to happen when people do that, and the French Revolution is probably the best example ever, is what you end up with is something very similar to the old one, because it's what people actually know. And as times get more desperate, people fall back on what they actually know, and they don't try new and interesting things. So yeah, that is the issue with the idea of, like, scrap it all, burn it down, do it over, all over again. And yeah, the issue being, rebuilding something from scratch is actually very different. This thing's flying. Right, so this thing is a little plain. Going back on topic. It does fly a bit too much. Aha! Yes, there. Right, so there is our pusher, getting it back to the height it actually should be. And our problem here is that, do these things have signal processors? They should. They do. Oh, wow. Whoa, yep, they do. Kablooey. Maybe this thing doesn't need that much shit. Like, what greebling does this honestly need? I like this thing. Anyway, don't like it being belt fed. I have to look at it, but might be able to use the flat back Tetris when this innocent to prove guilty. Although it was his brother Mario hanging out at the same time he supposedly did it. Wait, what? And I have lots of friends who will testify to that. And I took the system to mean healthcare, not the whole government. Fair enough. Depends on what system and how big it is. Can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Bear in mind, it might have to be you who cleans up the eggshell. Usually extend you're a dictator, but for a dictator but red. It's a little hovercraft, not enough to replace the system. You need to replace the culture that created the system. Yeah. I'd like to change the healthcare system so instead of the money flowing to your pockets, it goes into my pockets to buy more dice for D&D. Good idea. I would trust you with it more. Better use of it for pure diamond dice. Change that to Warhammer Minis. Count me in. Okay, need to go. See you, River Rat. Alright, Senator Armstrong, calm down. I've been painting my Tyranid army recently. Yay! Alright, so I think this thing needs more greebling and maybe some kind of secondary weapon. Maybe just more missiles, honestly, because, like, this thing is mostly empty space. It is... Yeah, it's mostly empty space. I made a tube. I made a tube! Can you believe it? I made a tube. Alright, I'm not gonna work on this today, but yeah, the leech made by Lemmy. Oh, I didn't even name the mainframe. Gonna mention that. Alright, so leech. We're gonna color that orange. And we're gonna go there. What are we gonna say? We're gonna say, mainframe needs name. I haven't been checking all vehicles like that, so we do need to do that. Mainframe needs name. More greebles. More greebles and, oh dear, secondary weapon optimization, so no flying / flipping. I do seem to recall this thing does not work well when reversing. It tends to roll over because of the bread. Actually, I think that is part of the problem with this. Although it is kind of... Hang on, let's see what happens if you do this. Oh no! Please stop mashing yourself into the ground. No! She's doing a roly-poly! Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on! Also probably needs staggered fire on that. Ah, she's righted herself. I'm gonna add into the lore that people hate driving this thing because it has a habit of flipping over. Whee! Run, Kermit, run! Your doom has come! I love the Kermit, but I also love blowing up the Kermit. It is a very conflicting feeling. Right, leech. Did it really take me so bloody long to do that? Okay. Leech. And leech. And I think we're almost done with the stream. I'm certainly sick of hearing myself talk. I think I'm full of opinions. The opinions that might need to be backed by science. Like nanomachines, son. What are people saying? Emerging from a country that was destroyed in the 1920 Civil War didn't help either. Wait, what? The West definitely did their part to shut that whole thing down as well. Whoa, what are people saying? Senator Armstrong, calm down. Nanomachine, son. I always say Soviet Russia didn't fail because it was Soviet, failed because it was Russia. Turns out a nation that has never been anything but an absolute autocracy will naturally gravitate to a big and dictatorship. There is that, but, like, communism... is generally... Whoa! Oh, no! No! No, Orange! Damn you, Orange! I need to build a canoe now. While I'm building, I will rechat. Alright, so what are people saying? Still need to finish my Thousand Suns HQ now. Think about it. Ooh, nice. The King Crab does indeed have Senator Armstrong's theme. Theme is part of it. We need to remind Borderwise to click the button in the cockpit. Well, I'm sorry, I need to build a canoe. What kind of canoe shall I build? I will build... Well, since we're looking at hover tanks, we're going to make a hover tank canoe. I hope everyone's okay with that. Because that is what is happening. Hashtag camo forest 2. Yoink. Alright. Brace yourself for a canoe with a canoe turret. Canoe, 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 canoe. Alright, I need to look at chat for a second. Soviet Russia, blah, 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 blah. The West definitely did its part to shut that whole thing down as well. Just recently got into Warhammer, standing here I realized that you were just like me trying to make history. Yeah. It was destroyed in the 1920s, didn't help either. Yeah, Russia's had a hard time, but it's one of those things that's like... A lot of it is like self-inflicted. It's like, oh, the trials and tribulations of Russia. Done by Russians to other Russians. Ooh. Tankies are absolutely delusional. Borderwise is a Limp Bizkit fan confirmed. That's the fun part about Warhammer. That's allowed. Wait, what? I kind of made up my own color scheme. Yep. Yet I basically stick to OG color. History of Russia is best of it. And then things got worse. Yeah. Yeah. Some purple accents. No delusions of Soviet work. I just have a different idea on why it failed. Orange canoe, not over solo, like the yellow submarine. Some people generally think the Soviet Union did nothing wrong. Oh, canoe. Gulags with nothing wrong. Sure, it'll be a hit. All vocals done by me. More of a cult classic. Wait, isn't that the theme that is by Senator Armstrong? Not his theme, but Raiden's? I don't know. I don't actually know a hell of a lot about Metal Gear. I want to spare my brain from the madness. I just remember, like, seeing the first part of, like, a playthrough of Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain, on YouTube one time. And there was, like, a fiery ghost humpback whale or something. And I was like, who the absolute knobby hell... I mean, wait, no, that's Hideo Kojima, right? He's the Metal Gear man. He's the Metal Gear man. He's the Metal Gear man with the Metal Gear plan. He's gonna make lots of little men's. Little Metal Gear men's. Also, in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, I actually find that, sticking the AI on a turret, on the main turret, actually works surprisingly well. Like, you wouldn't think so, but, like, it holds up. Also, this thing is not gonna be good. It's gonna be an end-of-stream cool down from politics. Let's see here, if we 1, 2, 3, yep, that'll do nicely, pig. That'll do nicely, pig. Are you ready, pig? For all the things we will do. Also, the turret itself is gonna be canoe-shaped. Brace thyself for canoe-ness. Turret itself. There. Metal Gear Rising is only a Metal Gear game in the fact that it's insane. I think that's the main definition of Metal Gear. Metal Gear is a fever dream in the funnest way possible. Yep. Genuinely love it. Play through the Jetstream and Sam DLC a few times over the year. Is this a stream Bordo as announces his run for New Zealand Prime Minister? And my first... You know what? This sounds egotistical, but I do sometimes imagine, like... I guess this isn't common. It's like, if I was PM, what would I do? And the answer is probably nothing like what I'm imagining, because once you're there, you realize what an absolute, like, dog's breakfast politics actually is. Dear. So, like that, and now we're gonna do... this, because canoes need to be canoe-like. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. You are not prepared for how canoe this whole hover tank is going to be. You simply are not prepared. How can you be prepared? Right, I have no idea what this thing's going to be armed with either, so that's a... We're going to find that out together. We're going to find it out together. We come together, no matter the weather. Whoa-oh. All my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies. Now put your hands up. Not actually a Rihanna fan. Accuse me not of such things. Maybe it should be a cram cannon because cram is funny. Alright, let's go there. Let's go. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Hobby. Okay, alright. What are people saying? I would raise taxes so I can buy more Warhammer at the cost of everyone living on a Malay ship. Sounds sensible. Also, the soundtrack is just brilliant. MGO soundtrack. One of my friends keep telling me to buy a Warlord Titan instead of having a kid since they're the same size. And the Warlord Titan is probably cheaper, honestly. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Alright, so we're gonna do... What are we doing? We're doing all of this, probably doing all this, like so, like so, like so. Do not worry, this is just the turret. There's gonna be more. Oh, so much more. Let's do that, just do that, and just do that. Oh no, the canoe is getting more thick. Brace yourself for thick canoe. Also, this stream's gonna go on longer just because you frickin' build a canoe now. Who did that? Orange? How dare you? What type of canoe is this? This is gonna be a hover tank canoe, but in keeping with maximum canoe, the turret is gonna be canoe-shaped. So I hope everyone's okay with that, and if you are not, I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry for my crimes. The previous joke was not found funny. The writers will pay for their crimes. Alright, let's give us a little bit more wiggle room here. Oh no, Borderwise is making a canoe too big. And no one was surprised. In case you're wondering, no, there's no way in hell Ashes this is gonna fit in a friggin' Ashes campaign. It's just not gonna happen. Right, now that we're here, we can think about things. We can think with our brains. Brains. Brains, that thing which you can use to think. What I want to do, this thing is going to suck terribly, so I'm gonna make it a cram cannon anyway. Crams actually would be terrible. No, let's make it advanced cannon. Let's make it a silly advanced cannon. We have a lot of length in here, so we might as well be silly. Let's be a silly, silly friend. Silly friend, silly friend, silly friend, silly friend, silly friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Oh, we can do this. Ta-da! Alright, and now we can do the other thing, which is... gauge. There's no way this fits, right? It does! Oh my god! Oh my god! Alright, so yeah, nope, this is a very stupid turret. Kids, don't have turrets like this at home. It's very stupid. It's very silly. It's very dum-dum. The Tetris is bad. And let's do one of these because it's very silly. We're just gonna go for maximum silliness. Have you heard of Max Silliness? He's a fun guy. Very fun. Lots of this, lots of those. Lots of this, lots of this. And we're going with poles because I hate efficiency, apparently. Hee. Whoops. I reminded everyone this is still just the turret. Oh boy, this thing's gonna suck. Oh, this is gonna suck. But what do you expect? This is an on-stream canoe. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I got it straight from my dad. It's gonna be bad. This is gonna be filled with bloody poles. Oh, so many poles. So many poles. And I don't mean the Polish. It's not gonna have Polish polish either. Oh dear. All right, what are we saying here? Whoa. Brother said destructiveness is putting a kid on the game table. Titan is definitely cheaper. The wall of Titan is only 1,500 minus the weapons and head. Just the body and legs. What type of canoes is this? Alright. Machine Spirit cries less than a machine as well. Eat the child as well. While I don't have a Titan, I do have a Knight that needs a new color pattern for its armor plates. Redeem the canoe 1 minute before the normal ends time. Well, yep. Well, you all get to suffer with me. Just a little bit. Should I activate the canoe right after he finishes building this canoe? Joke's on you. That can only be done once per stream. Ha ha! Pro gamer move. You can't. Alright, it has a limit of 1 per stream. I'm very, very tempted to make a Warlord Titan for the Glakave Godly Walker slot when it was a thing, but decided against since I couldn't figure out how to make that thing amphibious. Alloy and ion jets. That's how you make it amphibious. At that scale, you could just walk on the bottom and not be submerged. You could also go all the way, make your own cherub. This is no canoe that is too big, 42 coins. Strap my child to a drone with duct tape angel wings to fly around. You know, there are some British guys I know that really like the American measurement system for some reason. It used to be the old British one, and maybe they just hate the French. They keep talking about how much they like feet. Oh no. I was reading chat so much I even paid into the canoe that I read. How dare you? I almost thought you redeemed and just left. It would also be funny to rather see my reaction. Well, you saw it. Big canoe with a smaller canopy for a turret. Smaller canoe, thanks. Yeah. Finally I can cross the 7 seas. Yeah, I was wondering if they changed accuracy in FTD at all since I took my breakfast, so I was doing some tests with the inertia. For some reason that thing was hitting all the shots. We need an absolutely immense border canoe to act as the final boss of Platono. Walkers should walk, not be budget thrustercraft. Well, I hate to say it, but the easiest walker to make is essentially a thrustercraft in disguise. I should know, I've done that multiple times. Okay then. I'm having fun, so it is like, you know, you've given me an excuse to make a canoe, and that's funny. Right, now to canoe the rest of this, and we're gonna have room in the back for fun and activities, and that's fun. And now we've got the AI and the weapon here. Now we just need to put everything else. Everything else, you see, it is all going to come into place. Probably we need a crap ton of surge protectors back here, just in case. And then a whole bunch of... I'm just going to stick material storage back here, because why the hell not? Okay, then. Well then, that is vaguely canoe-shaped, but we can make it more canoe-shaped. By doing this. There we go. This is about as canoe-shaped as you can possibly get, without... you know, being wanted by the police for canoe-shapedness. Oh god, this turret... No, this turret's stupid. Help! This turret is stupid. This turret is stupid. It's... I just kind of did that. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Borderwise, what are you doing? And now we need a very long barrel. Whoops, too long. We need a we need a very long barrel. We have a very long barrel. This is just the turret. This is just the turret. This is just the turret. We need to make the rest of the canoe. I hope you're all prepared for this. I might need to make this rubber. Oh god, this thing is going to be canoe-shaped. Oh no. Oh Lord, have mercy on all of us. No, it's becoming a canoe. No! You have done this. You have done this thing. How much room is this going to have in here? I'm just going to have exactly the same amount of room as, well, as the other thing. Oh god. This is stupid. This is so underpowered and stupid. Oh lordy. Should we really lean into the madness and just make it, like, extra canoe-like? I think so. I think so. I think so. I think so. So. Stick to the crater, the best thing in nature. It's one of life's pleasures to sip at your leisure. It's Ireland's own treasure. The Porchin, me boys. Alright, so 1, 2. So 1, 2. It's been a while since I've made a canoe like this. Neat. Neat indeed. And we have no room in there at all for anything. I think I need to revise my brain. Genuinely didn't pay attention. Is it the turret, the canoe? Yep, nope. It's going to be a canoe turret and a canoe body. Oh dear. Alright, how are we going to do this? Probably a lot of injector engines, let's be honest. Alright, well, nope, I'm committing. I'm committing to the bidding. Welcome to Fever Dream Radio. Your favorite content in your least favorite format. If you haven't looked up Fever Dream Radio by Space Bear, I highly recommend it, simply because it's such a wonderful parody on just the whole format and medium of radio in general. It's so stupid. Alright, what do we do? What do we do? We do this. Everyone can blame Orange for the canoe that's happening right now. Everyone can blame Orange, and you probably should. Where are you? There you are. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Yes! I said no, and then I said yes, and then I said no, and then I said yes. Are we going to get the bomb has been planted thing? Yes, probably. Right. Excellent! We have some canoe left over. Don't you love it when there's some canoe left over? It's so nice. Whee! And wee! And this is what we call the lazy man's I don't care armor, which is 2 layers of stuff and poles. Lots of poles. Not Polish people. Using Polish people as armor is a war crime. Do not do it. The bomb has been planted, also known as the dishwasher. Whoops. I should have... Otherwise spawned in the lagoon due to its initial value and promptly ran to land, but rubber... What is the purpose of this canoe? The purpose of this canoe is to be silly. That's the main purpose of this canoe. It's got a gun on it. It is too big. It's 20,000 materials and it's over 100 meters long. Okay. I just clicked the glowy button. Could have happened to anyone. Can we blame Orange for other stuff too? That's a hard yes-ant there, boss. The rear poles. Yes! The rear poles! The rear poles! Behold the madness! Behold the madness. This is actually excessive polish. Excessive polish. Excessive polish, which is terrible. And you're gonna do the borderwise special, which is what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do this. We're going full canoeness, which is inadvisable in public, but perfectly fine in private. No judgment. How are we gonna do this? Same as the turret, looks like that. Hee hee hee. This is freaking... Oh, this is dumb. Thankfully, this is a hover thing, not a water thing or a land thing, because that would make this harder. A lot harder. You know what else is hard? Hard mode in video games. Poland bowling, but at what cost? Do not Poland bowl. Unless it's the Polish doing Poland bowl, it probably sounds painful. Oh, gods. See, I have 7,000 hours in From the Depths, and this is what I do with my power and my knowledge. This is what I do. Right. And now we're gonna go here, and we're gonna figure out how to put ammo and fuel and all that stuff in here. Thankfully, this does not need to be amazing. It just needs to be somewhat giggle-worthy. And can we do it in the next 10 minutes is the question. Wow, this is the most canoe I've done in a while. And... you know what? That's an idea. Put some lead on the back of this. We need some lead on the back of this so it doesn't fall over immediately. Alright. Let's do that. Where's your center of mass? Is it directly over there? Not quite yet. Let's see. Aha! Does this thing roll over? No, it does not, because I'm a genius. It's really funky how fast that travels. You know what? I'm actually going to have to put rubber on the on the rear of this turret, because it's going to run into terrain a lot. Like, you can already see it happen. Also, if it gets shot from behind, that's it! Oh no. Oh no, this thing is silly. This thing is silly, but we like silly. We like fun and games. Right? You would tell me if you didn't like fun and games. Whee! Oh, this thing's dumb. It doesn't even have any detection on it yet. How are we even gonna do that? Hello, Borderwoods. Hello, Different Alice. Wife now. There's a highly likely a Borderwood come on to me. No! Oh! Truly a paradigm. A canoe counterpoint. Poland. Bowlin. Yeah, Poland can be bowlin. Wait, we need to go... where do I save these again? It's been a while. People have just been on-stream canoes. Is like... Canoe... Hovertank. Right, now. You know what we need? Wings. But how can we have the best wings is the question. Right, let's do that, and let's do that, and then we're going to do... that, and also this. And that'll actually be our hoverness. Custom jets? No, this thing is made of this thing is made out of soda cans. It doesn't need power. It only needs speed. It only needs the need for speed. That is interesting. Also, I don't like this camouflage. I'm gonna do a different one. There we go. It's very stealthy. No one will ever see this canoe coming. Ever. Whee! And this will absolutely get shot off very quickly. Don't even worry about it. Whee! This is definitely the tank of all time! Of all time! This thing needs engines somewhere. I don't know where to put them. And over here, we're gonna have some ion thrusters. Set to pitch, because that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it not making sense. If you wanted quality border work, well then. Ah, you shouldn't have waited till the last minute of stream, did ya? Hello. No s'mores is... Wait, what? No swore... What? No s'mores? What s'mores? Do a misc camo. Don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's try the misc camos. Let's see how they look on this. Camo... misc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I like this. What is this? Ooh! Look at that! It looks silly. It looks silly and good. Me like it. This is the most hover tank of... Here's the awesome thing. We can actually move that turret. We can move that turret somewhere else. It'll be really fun. Actually, I'm gonna move it. It's not gonna be dead center of mass. No, no, no. Why would we do such a thing? We're gonna move it over here. There we go. And now... Now the barrel can get blocked by this thing. And that's good. So if we want that over there... No, we want it over there. I'm gonna have something like this. What am I doing? Hooray! Alright, now... Where do we put ammo? Where do we put everything? I'm gonna put the ammo way over here in the front. Like so. I'm gonna put some heavy armor bits here. Wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something different in my life. I wanted to sing! And we're gonna block that off, and we're gonna block that off, and when the ammo gets taken out, it also takes out some pitch control, which is hilarious and funny. Alright, so now we're gonna go here, and we're gonna... What even is our APS gonna have? Let's have something funny. So, let's go, we want a... What do we... What? I forgot what autoloaders we even have in here. We have... 8 we have 8 meter autoloaders, so we're just gonna go... What are we gonna go? 1. Gonna do that, and is this gonna be optimized? No, it isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Base bleeder. Armor piercing head. Oh, the HE pellets. And emergency stabilizer defuse. It's gonna go kablooey. It's gonna be hilarious. That might be all the ammo we ever need in life. Rate of fire is 2 is roughly 3 per minute. Oh dear. And We need more of that. We're gonna put more of that over here. Because I'm not a complete dum-dum, I'm going to actually... We can get rid of all this. And have a slightly bigger thing over here, away from the, what do we call it? Whee! I'm having a good time, and this is Polmageddon. Which is not to be confused with when the Polish people take over the world. That would be silly. Or Poles. Cool, we have enough ammo for this thing. Now we need an engine somewhere, which we're going to put just under the turret, so the... Hold on, so that's like that. Which means if we put something right over here, at the very back... I know what to do, I know what to do. It's very silly, but I know what to do. Also, I love how there's heavy armor in the body of this thing, but none in the turret where the weapon and the actual, you know, the AI is. I'm a genius. I'm such a genius when I'm improvising. Okay, then, and now we need to, I believe I have a flat thing. How do I have a flat thing? Probably easier to just do this, put the same turret on the turret. What else? When will you add the builder one-to-one replica of a battleship? Now as a channel redeem. Never. Find the ugliest camo you can. Swords is not a word published by Russian Badger and Friends. Wait, border words, can we make the canoe just sooty? So when are we seeing a border canoe redeem only campaign run? I don't know. I will probably be hopefully dead by the time that happens. Alright, let's invent the steam engine. Let's actually, hold on. Let's not reinvent the engine. Let's go into my... I've probably got some bad engines in here, right? Flat Jimmy. The Flat Jimmy is not flat enough. Flat ready? Ooh. There we go. That's what we like to see. Just need to undo all that because we don't actually have enough room in here. We really don't have enough room in here. Wait, we do have enough room in here. Everybody, we have enough room. Boom, boom, boom. We have some freaking room. We have some freaking room. We have some freaking room. So that is, oh, cool. Flat ready, there we go. Excellent. Ah! Thank you for the hydrate dividend, Alex. I should probably drink water. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. Actually, we can do a 5x5 over here. Interesting. Flat ready is weird. Right, so if we go here... Interesting. What am I looking at? Aha, that's what that is. So if we swap that out for an injector, what's probably going to happen is... that we do... Yeah, no, that'll work. That'll work just nicely. This thing probably doesn't have enough cooling. It does, though. Look at this. If we do this now, we now have... Aha! We have a very, very flat. We have a super flat thing. Okay, then. No worries. Am I gonna prefab this? No, probably not, because it's bad. So bad. And if we do like so... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll probably do. Totally good. Right, this thing is very cheap for how massive it is, and that is hilarious and cool. Alright, up you go, my friend. You know what? We're gonna do over here as well. We're gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna make this the longest barrel you've ever seen. Seriously. Longest barrel you've ever seen. It's probably messed with the center of mass on the turret. It really has. We need more lead. Need to put lead on the... When you need to put lead on the turret, you know for sure that it's a good turret and it's well designed. It's just very good. Just in general, good. This thing is so stupid. Alright, let's add circle and combat essences like that and that, because real heroes dive right in. And let's do ship or tank, use pitch controls, and alright, it doesn't have turning anything. So we're going to fix that right now. Where's the drag? The drag is there. The drag queen is in town. And also, because we probably don't need that much. Also, I just remembered this thing doesn't have any form of propulsion. Don't worry. We can fix that. So you know all these delightful slopes that make this thing look like a canoe? We're gonna remove all that. We are going to remove all of that and just do something like this. Oh no, she's fast. She's not fast at all. She's dragging her ass on the ground. Oh dear. She is dragging her bum on the ground. She is dragging her bum on the ground. She's dragging her bum on the ground, and that is funny. What am I doing? Real hover tanks don't hover. Alright, let's do that, and let's do this. Maneuver. Allow hover, and adjustments is going to be... What is it going to be? It's going to be 75, 75. And let's say 400. She's hovering! And now we're just gonna do the ACB trick so this thing doesn't wobble around like a crazy person. Propulsion, set that to just 100%, please. And we still do not have enough power for this thing, because it's a very silly thing. It is very silly. Hello? Whoops. Whoops. Why did you not do the thing? Interesting, that does not appear to be working. Usually that works. Right, maybe it needs to be done on the main body of the thing? There we go, that's how we do. This is how we do it. Now we're going to just slap a PID breadboard on here. Probably. I don't know. Except for these things. These things can be max power. Oh no! Max power. And max power. Wait, did I do the thing with the thing? Maneuver, pitch angle is like that, use pitch controls, blah blah blah. Right, this is definitely stupid. I hope everyone appreciates how dumb this thing is. Because it is the dumbest. It also doesn't have detection, I just realized. That's an issue. For you. Decreased roll gain or that. It is a bit rear heavy. What a wonderful car. It is wonderful. It is very stupid. But that's what you get on the Borderwise stream. If it's close to the end of the stream and somebody gets the canoe redeem, that's what happens. It also has one of the longest barrels I've ever put on anything. Alright, and we're just, you know what we're gonna do? Circle at a distance. We're gonna do altitude relative to target is gonna be like that, so the thing actually matches it, which will be very nice. Very nice indeed. We're gonna do some deco on the back, because who cares about detection? We've got deco to do. We have deco to do, because this thing needs to look more like a canoe. Otherwise it's gonna look weird. Alright, detection. We do need that. That is important. I am literally just going to do this, because we are out of shits to give. We ran out of shits a long time ago. I did a swear. Apologies, I got too relaxed. I'm not usually a sweary boy, but here we are. Camera 360. There we go. That'll freaking do. That'll do, pig! And we'll stick our bearing rangefinder way in the back there, and it will look like oars, and it'll be funny. Alright, decorations. And we're gonna put dark glasses on it, because that looks cool. Yay! Standard issue border-wiseness. Whee! 2 360 cameras. What's the worst that could happen, apart from everything? What's in here? Surge protectors and stuff. Right, and we're gonna have a nice big bearing rangefinder, and it can't see through anything, so we can't have the big rangefinder. So instead we're gonna put the rangefinder over here, and it will be better than the first time I put the rangefinder down here. That is how we do. That is how we do. What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, now we need to thread glass all the way through here. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's just what the doctor ordered. And now this thing looks like it has dark glasses. And that's fun. We like fun. We like fun. I'm dying from fun. Send help. My virgin ears, how dare you swear. Canceling my Patreon right now. Why did you swear my parents checked my phone? I'm so sorry. It just slipped out. It just slipped out. I might be hungry. Good thing we're doing the canoe thing. This thing looks interesting. What if I do this? Yes! Yes, it has a face now. Now time to test this against something. Let's test this against... What's a 50k thing? Crane flies, plural. We don't want that. What is a 50k thing? This thing's gonna die horribly. Let's spawn against the iguana. Oh my god, this thing is slow as balls. That's not good. We might need to make this thing faster. Excuse me for a moment. I'm going to make this thing faster. Because it needs to be faster. It's also going to pitch forward thanks to what I've done here. This is the hover canoe of all time. Also, it just reminded me... Right, can you detect anything? Also, we're gonna set that like that. How expensive? This is 50k, which is probably overpriced for what it can actually do. It's also mostly empty space, which is hilarious. Look how much smaller the iguana is than... This is ridiculous. This is a ridinky-dink little friend. Kablooey! Are you doing the thing? Are you getting closer? She's getting closer. She might struggle to aim at it. Yep, that's what we want to see. Yay! Now we need to send this against the commodity because it's important. This thing managed to tank. Perfect. Let's drop it in height a little bit. What's the worst that could happen apart from everything? And we're gonna put some rubber proofing on it as well, because that's funny! I like funny things. Her, 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 her. Chat, you brought this on yourselves, or at least some of you did. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Which? Whee! 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 We are making it like now I'm in the canoe making mood. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you make canoe making mood? Canoed! You've made me canoed! Now I can never show my face in public. I need to hurry up because I actually need to eat real food soon. As opposed to bananas, which as we all know, bananas are fake food. Bananas are fake food invented by the government. So you don't realize that you're not actually getting your necessary potassium. That might be a bit close, then it gets 3 atoms and an audacious. Nope, we're gonna have this thing maul a commodity or two, and then we are going to retire from the internet permanently. Man, this thing's dumb, but it was really fun to make. Right, go forth. There are commodities to slay. And we one-shot it. Perfect. I'm just going to do this. That was too quick. We need more commodities to be slain. We're going to just do that. Man, this thing is dumb. Oh, the commodity's doing a wheelie. Look at that. It's doing a really cool thing. This might be the most border-wise damn vehicle that's ever been made ever by anyone, especially border-wise. You missed, you fool! How could you miss? Oh my god, that barrel looks so... How accurate is that? It's still like, it's about 0. Yep, it's a very accurate gun, to be fair. Wait, I didn't even set up target prior or anything like that. Let's go do that while we're doing things. Where is it? Definitely want to do that. And aim point selection, 1. Clusters of blocks, thank you. And now it's over penetrating, uselessly. This thing is weirdly pretty, but at the same time... Ye gods, what a stupid design. Maybe I should have put the turret right in the middle. We can still do that. It's really easy to do. Nah. Spaghetti. No recoil. It does. I doubt that covers it. Wasn't that a water bounce? Yep. The shell was a water bounce. If we really wanted to make this thing good... Oh, look at that. Wow, it can aim straight through itself. How rude and unusual. Now it's shaking its head like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Well then, that's as good a way as ever to end the stream. Remember to feed your canoes. We went for bloody, like, almost like an hour over because of this stupid canoe. Orange, you are very funny. I'm dying. Pretty decent, yeah. You should give it so much recoil it barrel rolls every time it shoots. Fly using only recoil. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt anyone. Also, I want to... Wait a minute. There's one last thing. There's one last thing we can do here to really sell the canoe-ness. Yes. Yes. What you gonna do with a little canoe with the moon shining all around? He applied those paddles so you couldn't even hear a sound. So what you gonna do in a little canoe with the moon shining all around? Behold! Rambot gets a very clear view of what's happening. Deacon's hell, like, you realize how massive this thing is. Like when Rambot's sitting on it. Well then. We get tragically interrupted. In our, like, ongoing quest to inspect all the Da vehicles, but, like, it was fun. Alright, we're gonna raid into Gorla streams, and I'm gonna make some dang hash browns. I hate how it isn't bad. No, it's not terrible. See, this is my problem with From the Depths. Is that, like, I get, like, whether it's aesthetics, or whether it's, like, combat efficiency or anything like that, I get the best results when I don't think about it and don't try that hard. Anyway, usual story, if you're watching this later on YouTube, do remember to subscribe. This thing's probably going to be in the thumbnail, honestly. I will take a screenshot of it, or shot of it very soon. And we're going to raid into Gorlath's streams. It's like a very border-wise brand Wanda, or Myrmidon. I'm too hungry to remember what those things look like. Alright, everyone go get water and food, because goodness knows that's what I'm going to do. I feel so stupid that I did not eat a good breakfast before doing this, because I should have. I know I should, but I got distracted. Alright, we're raiding out. We simply must raid out. And we'll see what Gorlath is up to. I'm pretty sure they're doing cool things. Alright, take care everyone. See you tomorrow for probably more swim tank stuff. Farewell!